Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. May 25th, Memorial Day, Monday Night Raw recap. The show starts off like every other show has been starting off here lately with the Authority coming out. Seth Rollins talks about Ambrose. Ambrose comes out. It seems like all these different promos that Seth Rollins has been cutting on Raw, it seems like he's getting a little bit better. Seems like whoever's writing him for him is a little more witty comebacks for him. Basically, the Authority told Seth Rollins, told Dean Ambrose, we have your contract right here, you just got to come down here and sign it. Ambrose is like, well, I want Seth Rollins, so I got to come down the lines and do it. What the hell, So he goes down there. Roman Reigns comes out. Why the Shield members are getting back together or whatever they're trying to do here with Ambrose and Rollins, whatever. Steph tells Ambrose and Rollins standing outside the ring that they have a match tonight. She makes a match. Seth Rollins, Kane versus former Shield members, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, now. So we have this impromptu match. Seth goes for a super kick. Ambrose caught him. Ambrose went for the jawbreaker lariat. And if y'all who don't know what that is, when he goes into the ropes and comes back up. When he was on the indie, it was called the JBL, the jawbreaker lariat. He didn't actually do it. A guy named Nigel McGuinness did it. But he kind of adopted that in WWE, which he had matches in the indies with Nigel McGuinness, so it's pretty cool he's doing it, kind of representing the indie guys. So Nigel never made it to the WWE, so it's kind of cool to see it like that. And then backslide, Dean Ambrose gets the pin. Typically what I've seen, like I've said in the Chamber preview, Seth Rollins will probably end up winning the Chamber. Typically if they have a Raw match and a pay-per-view match, whoever one wins on Raw, the other one wins on the pay-per-view. Seems like something WWE's always done. Next, we had an Ambrose backstage segment. J&J comes out, tells Ambrose, we got your contract here. And Jimmy Noble's like, oh, I guess I forgot it. Random. So they start kind of fighting a little bit. Cameraman runs into Ambrose. Ambrose turned around and decks the cameraman. So we know something's going to happen from there. We get a Kevin Owens promo package for his feud with Cena in that Elimination Chamber. Good to see, finally seeing these these indie guys getting over on WWE. Seeing a guy like Kevin Owens on WWE television, he can be one of the best heels there is. He's played that role in the past when he was Kevin Steen in Ring of Honor. So it's just exciting to see how heel and what they'll let him do. The new shirt he's got out says Fight Owens Fight. That's kind of a play off of his Ring of Honor shirt that said Kill Steen Kill. So good to see that promo package. Next we had Rusev come out, who's now from Bulgaria, not Russia, with a Bulgarian flag. Just boom, change it. Okay, we're supposed to go, oh, I guess he is from Bulgaria. I've said he's from Bulgaria all along, and he's from Russia. Now he's from Bulgaria with a Bulgarian flag. Whatever. Had a match, Rusev versus R-Truth. Rusev gets the win. He calls out Lana. Rusev said he's not a quitter, and he tells Lana to say 3 little words. I was wrong, is what he wants Lana to say, because of her promo last week saying that he said he quit. Lana walks out on him. Lana calls him a quitter and a liar, and walks up the ramp. Walks up to the ramp to Dolph Ziggler. So it looks like they're still going to continue something there. Obviously with Rusev and Dolph both being in the Chamber, it looks like the feud will continue in the Chamber and they continue on to Money in the Bank. Hopefully Dolph is in the Money in the Bank match. Maybe carried on the Battleground, which will be attending from Pro Wrestling Pulse guys, myself. So next we had another backstage segment with Ambrose Triple H and Rollins ask cameraman, who hit him? Cameraman goes, he did. I felt something. No, what happened? He hit me. Okay. So he had two police officers standing there, Triple H did, and had Ambrose arrested. Then the authority celebrates that Ambrose is going to jail. Like I said in the Chamber preview, this reminded me a lot of the Attitude Era with Vince having Stone Cold arrested all the time. So I've kind of, Gene Ambrose, hopefully they do something. I like what they're doing with him with this. I do want him heel eventually, but I kind of like this it's a little different. It's kind of a throwback angle a little bit, having him arrested and all that. Next we had two members in the Elimination Chamber for the IC title. We had Wade Barrett versus Ryback. Ryback gets the win. Why, I'll never know. Very intriguing match here. We had Stardust versus Neville. We all know how Gravity forgot Neville. All his high flying he does, Red Arrow. Wish he would have been in the chamber. Seeing a guy like that in the chamber, kind of like an RVD type, is very intriguing, very interesting, the things they can do, but we don't get that. I mean, just having Stardust versus Neville, like I've said before, Stardust versus John Cena in the Open Challenge, and Neville versus John Cena in the Open Challenge. These are two guys who are very talented, very eager to want to go out and impress people. The whole Stardust character is kind of getting old. He needs to go back to Cody, and he should be a world champion, but he's stuck in his character. Neville getting the win there. Bo Dallas coming out and attacking Neville to continue their feud. Going forward with Bo Dallas and Neville Elimination Chamber. Why, I'll never know. What the point in that, I'll never know was. But obviously there's been a lot of talk about what to do with Bo Dallas. One thing was put him with his brother, put him with Bray Wyatt. Which you would almost have to do two things. Take him off TV, let him grow his beard out, and then develop him into the Wyatt family. Or two, have them feud. God, no one wants to see that. I'd rather see Bray Wyatt with a Money in the Bank briefcase, Money in the Bank pay-per-views next month, and then have him join him that way. I'd rather see the latter, take Bo Dallas off TV, because nobody is, Bo, leaving! Bo, leave! Please! Bo, leave! Please! So I'd rather see bigger, better things out of Bray Wyatt, but Neville, sky's the limit. Are the Red Arrows the limit? There you go. Next we had Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus, another one of the IC, two guys in the Intercontinental title Elimination Chamber. Sheamus gets the victory here. The only title in WWE that Sheamus has never had is the Intercontinental title. So it'd be interesting to see if they go ahead and put him on it now or wait to put it on him. Rusev comes out, super kicked Ziggler, which let Sheamus do the Brogue Kick and win. Then Rusev attacked Ziggler, and Lana comes out and he just points to Ziggler and goes, look, he's beaten, I beat him, and so whatever. So next we had John Cena's Open Challenge. John Cena comes out, cuts his standard promo. They show the four guys from the Entourage movie in the back. Hey, there's a real New Yorker that should do this, blah, blah, blah. Zack Ryder. I'm like, okay. So we have woo, woo, woo. Zack Ryder come out, accept the Open Challenge. Zack Ryder, pretty halfway decent match for a Zack Ryder match, and John Cena. Again, that's the beautiful thing about this Open Challenge. You're seeing things you will not ever see it on a pay-per-view or ever typically would see in the John Cena. Facing a Zack Ryder, so it wasn't horrible. After the match, Cena held Ryder's hand up. Out comes the biggest heel in the future of WWE, Kevin Owens. Owens attacks Cena again, stomps on the U.S. title, holds up his NXT title. Again, like I said in the Elimination Chamber preview, Kevin Owens is from Canada. Him stomping on the United States title is more of him stomping on, and I see if they continue this feud eventually with these guys, them actually doing that. Because, I mean, kind of like Bret Hart came off with the anti-American and all this. He's the perfect guy to do this. They want a real dominant heel, Kevin Owens. Which, he's a little bit busy in NXT right now. If you've seen the NXT Unstoppable show, whatever it was called, last Wednesday night, you see who debuted his WWE NXT debut. The one, the only. If you have not seen this and you want to see this and you do not want to hear this spoiler, pause it and I'll point at the camera when you can return. Samoa Joe debuted on NXT. If you're not psyched about a Samoa Joe Kevin Owens NXT feud, you are not an independent wrestling fan. Fan of them both. Cannot wait to see it. Okay, so if you missed that little part, if you, obviously most wrestling fans already know, so enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I can't wait till that guy comes on the main roster. Next we had the Authority backstage again. Stephanie saying how good Kevin Owens is, telling Triple H that you sure can pick him. Triple H is, made a comment that you can give these guys like this an opportunity and they'll take it. If you don't understand what he meant by guys like this, the independent guys, the CM Punks, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe. 5 big indie type guys who, so far, 3 out of the 5 have just shot to the moon in WWE. Kevin Owens looks like he's on that path. Sami Zayn is on that path. Neville, all these guys kind of, all that time in the indie circuit, and here they are now. We get a Paige versus Tamina Snuka match. The bell's at ringside. Tamina wins. Nothing special. We had the New Day come out. And then Kane, the director of operations, comes out and makes a 10-on-3 match. You heard me, a 10-on-3 match. We had the New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods versus Los Matadores, Lucha Dragons, Kid and Cesaro, Ascension, and Primetime. Big old cluster. The massive teams got DQ'd, so technically the New Day won, and it ended in a brawl. The Authority, Ambrose has to the end of the night to... They show that Ambrose has to the end of the night to sign a contract. Earlier, Ambrose hits the cameraman, but after Ambrose gets arrested, we have a new camera angle. Somebody backstage put it on YouTube. So let's watch it on Monday Night Raw. You see J&J and Ambrose fighting. You see your World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins push the cameraman into Ambrose. So Ambrose just didn't know who was hitting him, so he just turned around and punched him. So all charges were dropped. The Authority calls out Ambrose, but Ambrose isn't back from the PlayStation yet. But Roman Reigns comes out, his good buddy. Comes out and ends up getting beat down by the Authority. All of a sudden you hear, woo, 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 woo. Here drives in Dean Ambrose in a police box truck that he must have stolen because he was at the police station because he got arrested. And he comes in, along with Reigns, they take out the Authority. He picks up that contract and signs his name to it. Now it's official. Elimination Chamber. Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight Champion, versus Dean Ambrose. Wow, finally that got resolved. Anyway, that will wrap up the Monday night, Memorial Day, 5/25/2015 review of Monday Night Raw. Check out the Elimination Chamber preview. Check out the Elimination Chamber review next week. Also, stay tuned to Robert Sports Show. I know speculation about wrestling is a big wrestling fan thing to do. How many people say, I'd love to make matches. I'd make this match, this match, this match. So here's what I did. I went through the entire independent circuit. Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, TNA, New Japan, PWG, etc., etc. Created a roster. Nothing but indie guys. And I'm doing 12 cards, basically, of what pay-per-views would be. So you'll see a video of laying out the pay-per-views, laying out the roster. You'll see 4 videos, 3 shows each, what I would do if I made 12 different pay-per-views, how the storylines would go and everything. So stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for that. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Have a spiffy night. Robert Sports Show, the YouTube leader in sports.
This ain't a song for the broken hearted.